crash, I don't care. I'm gonna do it my way. I can make it through this. You can throw the world in my face, but the fear gives me life, and I swear till I die, I'm gonna do it my way. Let me fly through the air. If I crash, I don't care. I'm gonna do it my way. 'Cause the fear gives me life, and I swear till I die, I'm gonna do it my way.
Hello, guys. Welcome to another episode of Sewa Unscripted. Today, as you can tell, it is I, Ni, and I will just be gracing your airwaves today. Sewa is currently indisposed, so I'll just be holding the fort for a bit, and then I'm sure, hopefully, in the course of next week, you'll hear the boss herself. How are you guys doing? How has your week been? I believe that's the usual mantra. How have things been for you? If they've been good, thank God. We celebrate the wins, and then we keep forging ahead. If it was not so good, to no wahala, Charlie. It's one of those things. It's life, and so you just do what you pick yourself up, and then you do what you enter the boxing ring again, Charlie. Throw some shots, kakra. Throw some shots and see, Charlie. With the help of God, everything will be cra. Yeah. So today wouldn't be talking so much. Wouldn't be delving into so many complex issues. Today's episode is quite a simple issue, a simple topic that I think most of us will resonate well with. You know, there are times where you are sitting and you are seriously in thought, deep in thought, and maybe even in prayer, asking that God, please take me out of this situation. If you take me out of this situation, I'll serve you forever. If you take me out of this situation, my life will be so much better. If you take me out of this situation, Charlie, I can only go up from here. That situation. Now, those are the things that we pray for, right? Now, there are situations where, yes, you've made that prayer and God actually actively takes steps to take you out of the situation, but it be like, say, as for dim be womb, and sometimes you just don't understand why. I don't know, but for me, I've had quite a number of instances with that regard, and so that is what we are going to delve into today. I just hope that you guys are all on board with it, and maybe if possible, you could also share your I pray for moments that I didn't still want to actively get out of situations. Maybe you can share that with us as well, and then we would also learn from it and learn together. So if you're ready, shall we? Alright, so it's quite simple. Why do we find ourselves sometimes holding on to the very things that we pray to God or we prayed about getting out of? In some instances, it might be a relationship that, Charlie, you can see that the relationship, it is as toxic as hell. The thing is killing you. You have prayed, God is giving you some way out. Maybe some giddy fight be broke out between you two, and then you are like, oh, Charlie, this thing, yeah, at this point, we are done. But then along the line, you find yourself back in that same relationship, even though there was that exit strategy, like the exit plan was right there for you to step out. But because, I don't know, of some reasons that we will probably delve into a little later, you find yourself back in that situation. Or it could even have been maybe a job. Charlie, you can see that the job is killing you, right? It's breaking you down and everything. And you have prayed and you've fasted and you've sent out applications, you've gotten new opportunities to try out some things, different job opportunities and all that. And yet still, some way, somehow, you are still at this same particular job, even though these opportunities popped up. So we are just looking at this topic and we are like, wait, why does that even happen in the first place? Is it that we enjoy pain? Is it that we just can't, cope with that new feeling or something? What is it that holds us back? Even when we clearly can tell that this was the exit path, and some way, somehow, we missed it. Some of the reasons might, run from the comfort or emanate from that comfort. Human beings, we are funny creatures. We are, another thing, we are creatures of habit. When we find something, has a certain flow, a certain tune that we adapt to. I think over the course of time, it just dulls us to the opportunity of change, or the possibility of change. That is what happens, I think, most of the time. We find ourselves in that state where we are like, well, yeah, it's bad, but it's not that bad. Oh, Charlie, you will manage. Like that will manage culture. No, it feels like we've held on to it so long that sometimes we cannot even tell when there's that green light. The green light is staring us in the face. It's basically like you being in traffic of all this while, and you've taken your foot off the what's it called? Whether the gas or the accelerator, however you want to call it. So we are Bruni and we can say taking your foot off the gas, and then you know wala. Now, in that moment, you are seeing the traffic light say stop. You are stopped. Yes, you are fully stopped, and now it switches to green for you to go. Now, the question is, are you so comfortable in that state of stopping and just looking around? Maybe you are enjoying the scenery. And because of that, you lose sight of the fact that you must step on from here. The opportunity has been given to you. There's a green light. That is your chance. Move. But because of that comfort of being in that stationary mode, or that state of being in that time, I think what happens is that we tend to be too lax about it, and we don't move forward. And that's one probable reason that sometimes when thinking about this issue comes to mind. Another thing is also that statement, the devil you know, the angel you don't know scenario. You know how that saying goes, right? It says, well, the devil you know is better than the angel you don't know. So I think most of the times we also look at it from that lens. Well, I'm in a toxic relationship, but even though I've prayed about it, and even though I'm seeing that there's an opportunity to move on from this crazy period of my life, I don't know what is going to come after. It could be much worse. And you are right. It's possible. I'm not saying that the fact that you are jumping out, you are automatically going to get it easy. But that state of the unknown has always been a big problem for mankind. Well, maybe even not entirely the whole of mankind. Sometimes I think it's something with Africans though, but that's another topic for another day. Because Bruni knows that sometimes even in the movies you see that Charlie some thing is going on somewhere, and then you see that the Bruni has a Charlie Anka Bibini Anka Masa Sharp Uche, you've run away cry. It's not now that you're going to do investigation, but like I said, that's a topic for another day. So you've come to identify that thing as so okay that you know what, I don't want to try anything new, because that something new could actually be worse than this level of bad that I'm going through now. And yeah, like I'm saying, it's possible, but that doesn't mean that we should keep entertaining those scenarios or those situations. And basically, that is one thing that I would want to maybe put out there. This episode is not so long as to be looking at the diverse ways. For me, my angles are just a few on this. It's easy to stay in that state. It's easy to just be like, Charlie, there's no point in changing the environment or the scenario. Once I've been able to adapt to this, I'm okay. No, you have to look at the ways you can also move on. You can also grow, because growth doesn't come easy. Growth does not also come by just staying in one place and just thinking that everything is going to work out. So maybe you've been pondering some situations like that. Maybe you've been thinking, Charlie, is this the time to move on to something new, to this next step? Maybe this is your cue right here. You might want to start considering it. Of course, you pray about it, weigh your options, look at it, analyze it. I believe God has given us wisdom to be able to do what? Handle situations of life. So, Charlie, it's not beyond you. Yes, the fact that it is new is scary, but there can be good kind of scary. And that is what I'm hoping that you find yourselves in the good kind of scary. Yeah, the one that pushes you, that accelerates you, that causes you to, rise above the situations and circumstances. So yeah, that is my take on this issue. Now, the other bit about this topic is how do you really deal with it then? Charlie, to each his own. My scenario might not play out the same way as yours. So most of the time, yeah, you hear people talking about how they deal with problems. most of the times I also think that Charlie, everyone's problem is unique to themselves, because the way you see things, the way you appreciate things is very, very unique to others. The most important thing is making sure that you have the information accessible to you. What kind of information do you have to be able to make the decisions you have to take? Two, what does your gut even tell you in that scenario? And so in guts, it might then come down to aspects of religion, faith, belief. That is all entwined in that. So you have to also figure that out. There's no clear cut one solution fits all situation. No, each person has his own or her own. All I can tell you is basically the tools that you need, or the things that you require to be able to take that next step. I believe more often than not, they are available to you. You just have to do what? Make the right use of them, or gather them, make use of them, analyze them, assess them, pray about it. However you want to go about it, that's it. But don't ever be caught in that cycle of thinking that this level of toxic or this level of bad is okay. There's no need to move on. I've adjusted to this and I'm fine. I think that's a little that I would want to share on this particular episode of So Unscripted. And yeah, apart from that, I think this is where I bring my short topic to an end. Yeah, I'm not so much of a chatterbox like that, like my boss.
Apostle, we hear of this.
But you see, it's all good. We try our best. Anyways, in case maybe you also have some aspects or some perspective to this topic, you can just comment and let us know what is on your mind, how you also probably handled a certain situation like that. Yeah, so like I'm saying, yeah, so you guys try, if you have any situations or maybe any peculiar circumstances that relate to this topic, hey, me try, like say I guess some interesting one, Bill. I wanted to pass on it, but let me just share. So it was back on campus, I think during the time of NSS, yeah, back in UCC. I mean, it was crazy, right? During that time, I found myself basically in sort of, is it a situationship relationship? It was supposed to head into relationship, and I was just not so sure about how it would really play out. I think one of the things that maybe back then, Charlie, said, Charlie, even with regards to relationship, I also one pie. So Charlie, it was one of the things that I was doing. Pray about it, and I know, say, yeah, this lady is now in my life, is trying to get into my life. We are trying to align, but God, what are you saying? If she's not the one for me, please cut her off. I think that was my main prayer topic. God, if she's not for me, please cut her off. If she's not for me, please cut her off. Charlie, then I'll go see her. Charlie, somebody is coming to the mix, and basically it feels like I'm fading out of the situationship with the relationship. I was like, yeah, what is this? Now in that moment, even though a part of me, maybe like 10% of me, recognize that, Charlie, this is God doing his thing. Or you said that if this relationship is not right, God should take you out. He should cause some situation or some circumstance to break the whole thing apart. But 90% of me was like, no, Charlie, this thing there, it is me that is messed up. I need to make sure that, Charlie, I hold on to this. 90% of me was like, Charlie, this cannot be happening to me. No, I want this this relationship with a situation to really to blossom. And I think, Charlie, that is a perfect example of situations like that. We constantly find ourselves asking, praying, seeking for a way out, but when the way out comes, it seems as though we don't even have the courage to make the step towards the way out. So when, maybe this is a food for thought, maybe when we are praying for this, we shouldn't just leave it there and say, oh God, give me a way out. Maybe we should also add, oh God, after you give me the way out, or as you give me the way out, give me the courage to also do what? Take a step, especially taking a step in the right direction. So yeah, that's maybe that's a bit of food for thought for us as we are heading into another awesome weekend. I pray that you find solace, you find peace, you find the wisdom that you need, and basically all the information that you require also to be able to make the decisions, those tough decisions that may come your way. I pray for the best of weekends for you, that everything that you flourish, everything that you touch will flourish and prosper. That you excel in all that you do. That is my humble prayer for each and every one of you out there. Because, Charlie, if you prosper, Charlie, we prosper in our various corners, Charlie. In a whole or in a general sense, we are really doing good. We are all prospering. So, Charlie, hang in there, and all the best, crowd. And just like I said, if you have any point, any other perspective, you can just bring it up, just comment, and then we'll also take it up from there. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for being a part of this episode of Sewa Unscripted. And basically, the topic was, why do we stay in situations that we pray to escape from? In a sense, that is what we talked about today. So if you are new here, thank you for tagging along. Hope you found some interesting nuggets to be able to, even come back for more. If you're an oldie in the zone, please, Charlie, this one there. Thank you so much once again. You, as my boss will put it, you have our hearts. We are grateful for the opportunity to grace your ears every now and then. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Also, just as we always do, we'll be having our word for the week, and we'll take it from there. So, in addition or in alignment with our topic for today, the word for the week is ambivalence. 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 Ambivalence means to have mixed feelings about leaving. It's just in a short phrase, is to have mixed feelings about leaving. So maybe if you find yourself in such a situation that we talking about today, you have prayed your way out. You have basically prayed your a solution into existence, but now it's about taking the next step, and you can't take the next step. So then we can call you an ambivalent person in that situation. You are really having mixed feelings about leaving the situation that you are praying your way out of. So yeah, that is the word for the week. Hope you come back for more in the coming week. Hopefully, our boss, Sawa of Sawa Unscripted, will be available to carry us through another thought provoking topic, Charlie. So, same time next week. Keep shining, keep doing what you do, and all the best. Ciao.